Starting pitching in this series, really for both teams, but we're going to focus in on the Cubs.
Yeah, not just this series, but this entire homestand. Of course, all year long, the Cubs starters have led baseball. Now they have a 2.38 rotation ERA, and they've been lights out on the homestand. You see John Lester in his start against Philadelphia. Kyle Hendricks, of course, with the complete game. Should have had a shutout, just missed getting it, but a brilliant performance by Kyle. The starters have allowed just 4 runs on this entire homestand. John Lackey doing his thing. That's Travis Wood. He came in relief of Jason Hamill, who had to leave because of the little cramp in the hammy. And there you see the numbers: 4-0, 0.89 ERA through the first 6 games of this homestand.
So let's check out our Quicken Loans Rocket Arms. Most starts allowing 0 or 1 earned run, and the Cubs are at the top.
Yeah, you see Lester, Arrieta, and Hamill all there in the mix with Fernandez and Cueto. And this stretch coming at a good time because the bat's a little bit dormant here of late.
All right, John Lester, about 70 innings in to his season. Talked about John Lackey and the 100-inning plateau in a season.
I remember Lack saying, a few years back, he always felt like around the 100-inning mark is when he finally got, I guess, comfortable with everything, arm strength, curveball, everything. So I feel like if you're able to reel off some good starts before the 100-inning mark, it puts you in a good position, through the rest of the year. So I've kind of always felt that way. We're bigger guys. It takes us a little bit longer to get going, and this year was fortunate enough to get off to a little bit better start than last year, and as far as health-wise and result-wise. So I'm just trying to pick up my load, as far as my spot in the rotation, and keep this train moving with these 4 other guys that are throwing the heck out of the ball right now. So.
Kind of interesting, the 100 inning marker. Did you feel like when you got kind of into June, July that you hit your stride?
Yeah, I never really thought too much in terms of innings pitched, but certainly I agree with what he's talking about getting into the flow of the season, whether it's 100 innings or 4 or 5 starts. Sometimes it just takes a while to get comfortable with the catcher, get that feeling back after spring training. But the thing about these guys is they've been there from day one.
Yeah, they really have. The other thing is the only time Joe had to adjust his rotation is with off days and rainouts. Other than that, it's been just keep everybody in line and get that extra day.
And because everybody has been performing so well, he has chosen not to really skip anybody. The one time he did with Hendricks because there were so many days off, but just keep passing the baton to the next guy. Everybody performing like a top of the rotation starter 1 through 5.
All right, Kelly Krall sat down yesterday with Kyle Hendricks, today's Cubs starter. You'll hear that conversation next.
With your Coors Light game report, Kyle Hendricks back out on the bump for the Cubs this afternoon, looking for his 4th win of the season and trying to help his team get a series victory over the Dodgers this afternoon. The young righty, very impressive his last time out, 1 run, complete game, and afterwards Madden said that's the kind of pitcher he thinks he can be every time out, and here's what Kyle had to say about that.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I had stretches of it in the minor leagues. That's a different world. I understand that. But coming up here, it took me a while to develop and kind of to learn the league, learn myself, honestly. So where I'm at now, I think it's just getting in that consistent mindset like I was in stretches throughout the minor leagues. I feel like I'm comfortable with where I'm at, comfortable with myself and the type of pitcher I've kind of become right now. So just like I said, keeping it simple, focusing on consistency. I think I can be that guy.
You mentioned getting to know the league. The Dodgers isn't a team you see all that often, but you have gotten to see them now, what'll be 3 days in a row. How much does that help you?
It helps a lot just to see their approach off different pitchers we have. I obviously have different stuff, than the other guys on our rotation, but you can see what their approach is, if they're aggressive, patient, trying to go the other way, trying to pull. It's good stuff just to see and take in along with the video work you do on the side, because teams can make small adjustments on you in the middle of a series. You got to be able to pick up on that.
I think David Ross once told me that the teams you see the least are the games he feels like you need to win the most. I don't know why that's his mindset, but do you understand that? Why would you feel that way?
I understand that, just because you maybe don't know as much, you're not as comfortable with them. When you're going against your in-division opponents, you almost can get up for those more too. You know them very well, you've pitched them these certain ways, you know how they approach you. When you don't see these teams a lot, you really almost have to double your focus. You don't know enough about them sometimes. You have to go out there and feel more in-game stuff rather than preparing beforehand. But I think we just get so used to playing teams in our division and the teams that we play a lot that sometimes you'll pass over these teams that just come in every once in a while, and you can't do that in this game.
I can see that. Well, a big hit for you last time at the plate. Can we see one more of those two?
I'm working on it. I hope so. I hope we could see a few more.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Good stuff with Kyle Hendricks. You see what he did in his last start on Saturday. 19-year-old Julio Urias struggled in his major league debut on the big stage in the Big Apple. He went back to the minor leagues, but he has returned because Alex Wood is now on the disabled list with an elbow injury. And, JD, he is going to start today because Kenta Maeda, the right-hander, will be pushed back 1 day due to a hand issue.
Yeah, just a matter of time for Urias before he becomes a top-flight pitcher in this league. Just 19 years of age, making his second major league start. I imagine he's going to be battling the jitters again here this afternoon as he was in his first start against the Mets, but it's going to be fun to watch this kid pitch.
All right, Urias and Hendricks. And now our national anthem.
At this time, please remain standing and join Jeffrey as he honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home